Good morning. It is April the 7th, 2017. Time to kick off another trading day. I guess depending on which clocks that you worked out, today is the biggest news day of the month, given non-farm payrolls, unemployment, and the attacks on Syria last night. We'll start with our customary disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Okay, we attacked Syria last night, the airfield that I'm sure that most of the jets that did the attack that released the sarin gas is what they're guessing right now. Obviously, the United States thinks that that came from the Syrians, Assad government, in the form of bombs. There are a lot of stories floating around that they were sarin gas was being made by the rebels to ship to ISIS in Iraq. So it's hard for me to believe that Assad would do something like that, seeing how the day before at the UN and Trump also announced that the removal of Assad wasn't something that they were pushing for. So we'll have to see how the story develops on who did what to whom and why. There'll be a lot of supposition. But what we do have right now, the drumbeat of war has gotten louder, and that will tend to stop the sellers in treasuries, gold, and crude. It doesn't mean that the market's going to rally, but you're just going to take that. You'll have a hesitant seller. They unless they can deliver the physical product, they won't be as interested in being heavy sellers in those particular markets. Equities. People will go back, the drumbeat of war, they'll do a little rotation, they'll clean up, they'll do a little sector analysis, stocks that prosper in increasing tensions, not war, but just increasing tensions. And we've got North Korea, we've got Iran, we've got the South China Sea, which I'm sure will be mentioned today. And all the problems that are coming from China with the Philippines and Vietnam and with Japan and with Taiwan. So all of these are potential hotspots right there. Have gone from back burner to probably front burner, with the next big one right here, North Korea. So today's talks with between Trump and Xi, are taking on a little more importance now as far as foreign affairs go. Might be more there than just trade deficits. So we had the initial reaction was up, which is what you'd expect. So the markets are behaving normally. The pullback has come with equities recovering around the globe. I believe only Hong Kong was off like 0.2%. The DAC and the CAC were off. The FTSE was up. So we have three markets that are off a little bit. The E-mini has recovered, etc. So will the selling continue today? Today's news: non-farm payrolls 175, unemployment 4.7, hourly earnings plus 0.3, average work week 34.4. The focus will be the first two numbers right there. Wholesale trade up 0.4. Baker Hughes last week 924, 979 and 824. The 979 number could be smaller. The 824 number could be bigger. But right here is your news focus, and then the direction of the E-mini. So I think the big news today. I mean, we'll get all sorts of chatter on the attacks and who did what to whom and why, etc. And but the Trump Chinese talks. Okay, right now resistance begins at 12 to 16. We're at 10. So we'll give it a little bit of room, 15 to 19, in anticipation of a retest of the highs. Sell 1 without news, then 23 to 27. Sell 2 on the buy side, 4 to 8. And then 29 to 01. This is all without news. Our Newsday trade is to go with the news, try to enter it at the mode mean or value area high or low. Then if it does not extend the range, get out of your trade. If that requires a nimbleness that you have not yet developed, wait for the dust to settle and work development. Know the news and you have the trade. And you can't know the news with 100% certainty, like who would have guessed last night that the United States was going to attack Syria. And there's quite a bit of uncertainty is coming up. The previous administration bent over backwards to not cause trouble and gave up stuff and many false signals, lines in the sand, etc. And right now Trump, people are forming their own ideas on how to play Trump and how far he can be pushed. And the message sent last night is you can't screw with the Donald too much without expecting something a pushback. And in foreign affairs, that's probably not as bad as the press will paint it out to be. Okay, number one's 8 to 12, 15 to 19, sell 1. This is without news, 27 to 31, sell 2. Direction of the E-mini after the news. Hits is probably primal to these markets. 24, 28's number 1. 17 to 21, buy 1. 5 to 9, buy 2. Given what went on in Syria, I'd be without some help from the E-mini would be a little bit hesitant on the sell side, and it could be more aggressive on the buy side. The natural direction of crude, gold, and treasuries in war is higher. And we're not in a war situation, but I think that unless you can deliver in, you'll have a pretty conservative seller, like day trade maybe, as opposed to setting big positions. This is the neat part about this game. There's always something that's a little different. Okay, the initial reaction was correct. The market did what you'd expected. The high came in Asia. So this 69 to 70 area, basically 70 is resistance. Last rotate up stopped at 67. So this 68 to 70 without news is sell 1. 74, 76 is sell 2. Again, without news. On the buy side, 60 to 62. And 55, 57. Now, looking at inflation, looking at heightened tensions in the Middle East, you have the Iranian problem. You've got ISIS in Syria and Iraq. You've got the South China Sea. You've got North Korea that's threatening with nukes, and we've come out and we've told North Korea no more. So we've already dropped, we've thrown the gauntlet down with North Korea. So what comes next with North Korea? And then the South China Sea problem. So there's a lot on Trump's plate. And what happens is that when you have a pacifist acquiescing government, the party of peace, you create conditions that lead to war because the bad guys never go away. They're always looking to take something if they can do it, if they're unopposed. And right now, a lot of stuff has to be put back together, if it can be put back together. Okay, the euro had a pretty muted reaction to this. Didn't really, kind of like, well, how does this affect Europe? Because of dependency on Middle Eastern oil, etc. Minimally, the price of energy is going to go up, and then after that, we'll have to see. So, not really good news for the euro. And coming in, you can see that we've got a pretty pronounced B right here. We're not going anywhere. And then right here, we probably have a move out of the middle. Pretty close somewhere in here. So we'll just do an X click and we'll put it together like that. And you can see that potential mom, a B behind us, another potential mom right here, right out of the middle, and we have made new lows. And we've talked about it yesterday and the day before that if you had to make a trade in the euro, it'd be from the short side because of this B that's behind us. So right now, 65 to 75, sell 1. 90 to the buck, sell 2. 106.50 is support. It's a round number. Somebody will cover the shorts there as buy 1. I think stops below 106 are where we're headed right now, and then buy 2 would be 6 1/4. Crude oil just got a new life. So we were guessing 47 to 52. We made 52 last night finally. Almost 53. So again, from a hedge fund standpoint, trading standpoint, as a producer of the physical, this is great. You can lock in higher prices. But for the speculator, the hedge fund, this is a situation that is fraught with danger or higher risk. Okay, the breakout came from 51.90, so 51.75, 52 buy 1, and 51 1/4, 51.50 buy 2. Now, I don't think war is going to break out in the Middle East. I don't think the attack on Syria per se leads to a more general conflict spreading. But what it does do, all this talk about Trump being in Russia's back pocket, I don't see that Trump has done anything to appease Russia or to show that Trump is taking orders from Russia. And obviously Russia and China are going to have to step back and see, how far can we push this guy? They could push around the previous administration at will, and they did. And they never missed a chance to show that they could do that. So right now everybody's going to stand back and try to figure out how to play Trump. And my guess is they're going to play him with a little bit more caution. Okay, this 55 to 60 is resistance on the E-mini. Non-farm payroll is 175. 4.7 unemployment, that is the news focus. Wholesale trade, no one will pay any attention to it. And then Baker Hughes rig count. Now just take a look at this rig count right here. With the United States last week, 824. At the height, we were like at 1,800 drilling in North America. But just look at how big this number is in relationship to that. That's Canada and Mexico. It shows you the impact of the U.S. economy. 2354, 56, sell 1. 5961, sell 2. This is without news. 4547, buy 1. 4042, buy 2. Okay, now, as we said earlier, war has not started, but the United States is stepping up its role in foreign affairs. We've given that away over the last 8 years. And the bad guys have been doing pretty much what they want. In fact, we've been paying the bad guys in the case of Iran. So if you're a stock portfolio manager, they'll go back and look at stocks that have prospered during the Cold War when tensions were increasing. They'll look at defensive positions like drugs, grocery stores, etc. The high-tech sector right here might, unless they're directly involved in munitions or war equipment, probably would get less of a look. And we'll have to see how it shakes out today. Okay, it's going to take a while to get stuff up and posted. I'll get busy with that, and I'll be back with you as soon as possible.